If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell icon to get the latest updates.
So let's go in deep. So the very first thing that we say, what is Salesforce, is that it's a cloud-based CRM. It's cloud-based CRM. So what do we mean when we say cloud-based? Cloud means nothing, but okay, there is one more response here. The cloud-based CRM. So anyone who can tell me what cloud is? In a single word, what cloud is? So meanwhile you write your responses, let me write some more things about Salesforce, some more features about Salesforce. So Salesforce, it's a cloud-based CRM. It works on subscription model, as we had talked about it. Subscription model means you need not spend in for your resources. It works on OPEX. OPEX means operational resources. Operational resources. We had discussed in our previous sessions that there were traditional systems. There were traditional systems that were there, and these traditional systems, what was the problem or USP or features of these traditional systems? They used to work on, I'm sorry. So what was the problem with these traditional systems? They used to work on the CAPEX model. Now, if we try to understand what is a CAPEX model, CAPEX stands for capital expenditure. Expenditure. So what is this capital expenditure? Capital means money. Expenditure means that once you are spending on something. So the money that you are spending on for your long-term needs. Okay, the money that you are spending for your long-term needs, this is what is about this CAPEX model. So it says that you are spending a lot of money for your long-term needs, and should that be utilized for you or not is what about CAPEX model is what we are talking about. So capital expenditure means you're spending a lot for your long-term need. You're not concerned about how much of it is used today or not. Let me give you an example. You purchase your laptop, let us assume, I mean, this is just an assumption, that you purchased your laptop 2 years before, and while you purchased it, you made sure that everything that you purchased I mean, you purchase a laptop which is having 4 GB of RAM and 500 GB of hard disk space, and while you purchased it, you spent in about 50,000 bucks. Now, while you did that, you were very happy that day. But now, if 2 years now from then, it's already been 2 years now. So when you come back and you look at the what you have made use of, you just realize that out of that 4 GB RAM, it had been only 1 or 2 instances when you use the entire capacity of it. Out of the entire hard disk space, you just used 25-30% of it. Rest of it is still vacant. So what is the thing? I mean, you have already spent in money for your long-term need. You thought that probably I may be needing this. I mean, I've given you a very small example. It's not just about 4 GB RAM. You may say it's for the speed, but it's okay. I mean, I'm not talking about just 4 GB RAM. I'm just giving you an example that why should we spend in for something that is not required? In the previous day, I believe, I'm not sure if I've given you a cab-based example. What I had okay, let me repeat it if you were there also, or if you weren't, you were not there. I told you that you need a car for your friends and family to take out, but you don't own it. I mean, right now you don't have it, though you have all your resources to purchase that car. So why you don't own it? Because you don't know how to drive, and probably you never felt the need for it. You were able to walk to your office. You felt it was more a health conscious decision, and many other factors. Now, while there are people who are visiting your place, you wanted to show them the entire city, but you didn't wanted them to suffer for any other reason, and you wanted them to go in some car or something. Now, one option for you is that you go ahead and you purchase it, but this is a very bad option actually. You cannot purchase your car just for showing people the city. I mean, this is not your expense that you needed to spend in always. This is just not your plan. So what is then? What can you do? So the point is that you go ahead and you subscribe for a car from some car rental company, and when you will get a car from a car rental company, you will be able to, you know, make use of that car. Now, while you're making use of that car, while you're working with that car, you're using that car, you're making use of that car, you don't need to spend in for much for that. I mean, in spite of everything else, you're making use of every facility. You have got a driver with you. The car is in good condition. You need not remain worried about the maintenance of the car. The only thing that is needed from your side is just a petty amount, which is for that per day amount that you need to work with it. Right. So if I am using the car for today, I'll be paying for today's cost only. And that is what is about the subscription-based model. Well, this earlier tradition of buying the car, it is nothing but a traditional system, the capex expenditure, the capital expenditure, something that you do for your long-term need. Similarly, in US, I mean, I was reading sometime back another concept that says that now in most part of the globe, people don't go ahead and they purchase home. They prefer rented houses for the things. Now this rented house, this is nothing but OPEX. If you see, it is operational resource. It is the only thing that is required to make the things up and running. So for you to survive, you only need shelter. It doesn't matter whether you have purchased it or it is rented, right? The same concept goes here as well. Now, if you own a house, it's going to be a very costly thing, right? So it is economically not feasible. Well, here, if you go ahead and you rent it out, you're staying at some rented place. So what's the advantage? You are able to you're able to manage within a very small amount of resource. A very petty cost is required for that. So that's what is a major difference between the two. So while you say capex model, it's for your long-term needs. You spend a lot for that. While if you say opex, it means that you only need things to make the things operational. You only need money to make the things operational, right? The traditional model, it was costly affair. You needed money for everything. Cost, the installation, maintenance, everything was at your problem. Maintenance was required by you. But now, what about this cloud-based model? It is a subscription-based model. It's very much economic, and this sort of model is what we call OPEX, that is operational expenditure, rather. I call it expenditure. So this means that you are only spending for the resources that are required to make the things up and running, and the installation and maintenance. It is not your responsibility. Not your responsibility. Correct? So that is what is the major difference between the two. The traditional systems and now not Salesforce, rather I should say an on-premise system. On-premise. This is a broad, traditional systems and on-cloud systems. We have just studied the difference between the two, the traditional and the on-cloud. Now, while if you talk about Salesforce in particular, Salesforce is a CRM solution, right? So if you say Salesforce is an on-cloud CRM solution, rightly said that. So when you say on-cloud, what do we mean by on-cloud? So cloud means nothing but internet. Right. So there are a few responses that were posted here. Can someone ping me once? I'm not able to get that window here. If you can just ping me once here. So cloud means nothing actually but the internet. So here, thank you very much. So there are certain things that are posted that it is not having any data center. There's no hardware possibly hosted at the third party. Correct. Absolutely. You're absolutely right when you said so. So cloud is nothing but things are on the internet. You need not have any on-premise thing. Nothing required is on-premise. On-premise, not required. Not required. Moreover, installation and things, they're not your responsibility. Installation and maintenance, that's not up to you. Maintenance, not your problem. right? So this is what is the feature of a non-cloud solution. They're also multi-tenant. Yes, rightly said. Someone has just now pinged me this is a multi-tenant. Absolutely, it's a multi-tenant. Let us try to understand this term, multi-tenant. So while we say multi-tenant, this is the feature which is on cloud things. This is not just for Salesforce or some particular thing, but anything which is on cloud, you can easily give this keyword to it. That is about multi-tenant. If you understand what is a multi-tenant, so multi-tenant means many and tenants. Multi means many and tenant means those who are residing on it. Many residing, or you can say many organizations. I mean, this is a correct definition in itself. Many high-end servers, high-end, many, oh, sorry, I mean many organizations residing on same high-end server. Right. So what I want to tell you here is that what happens with the multi-tenant architecture, what is the thing over there? So just remember this, that when you're working on a non-cloud solution, on-cloud means I told you that owning a home or living in a home which is rented is a two different things. These are two different things rather. So let us assume I have a home. I'm giving you this example with the help of this. Let's just assume that I owned a piece of land, and over that I created 10 different floors. Let's assume only 3 different floors, and there's this ground floor. This is ground floor, this is floor 1, this is floor 2, this is floor 3. And what I did, I rented this floor to A, I rented this floor to B, and this to C. So 3 renters are living in this home, and I'm myself, I'm living in this ground floor. So this is what is happening. Now, if you look at the cost, I incurred so much cost on the land. I incurred so much cost on the building of this entire structure. I basically own this entire structure. Well, if you needed to stay here, you wanted to stay here, so you connected with me. I found that my floor number 2 is vacant, and I have shown you the floor. You liked it. You came here. I have explained you the entire rules of the house, and you agreed to that as well. And now I have given you this house for rent. Now the same concept applies to this multi-tenant architecture also. Now there are vendors who purchase these high-end servers. Compare the same scenario to your servers. Now there are these high-end servers that are placed at every geographic locations, and these servers they because they are very high-end, they have a lot of cost involved in them. So whosoever has incurred this cost, they want the return as well, because everyone is a businessman. So they want to get back their original cost, plus they also want to get some profit out of it. So what they do, they rent it out. They rent that every partition to someone else. Someone else here is the organizations. So your organization need it, you take away one part. This part will be logically different from other. You cannot intrude into each other's part. Right. Same, there's a case when you own a Gmail account. You cannot see mine, I cannot see yours. Right. Likewise, all those renters, floor 1 cannot intrude into the house of floor 2 cannot intrude into the house of floor 3, and so on. Right. So same thing is applicable with this multi-tenant architecture as well. And if you are supposed to explain it as a feature, you can even write it here. The Salesforce has got this feature. It is based on OpEx model. Just a second. There is a question here. What if there is DE tenants? Does Salesforce have some database tie-ups with AWS or Azure or something else? So there is a question that database. See, Salesforce has got its own database. Right? Salesforce has its own database, but okay, once you're creating something in Salesforce, let me tell you this. Once you're creating, you want to create some tables in Salesforce, you create objects, and right away there are tables that get created in the backend. And it is Salesforce own database. It is not supported by any other. But if you want, let's assume you want that some of your features should remain with Salesforce and you want your database to be in some other layer, you can do that. But that is not about Salesforce. That is about force.com that allows you for this platform related services. You may go to Heroku where you can develop and you can make use of some other database. So I mean there are things that you can do that I mean there are various products that are offered by Salesforce company itself, and you can make use of those products. But what we are talking about right now is Salesforce.com or Salesforce itself, the platform, the Salesforce platform itself, the Salesforce layer itself. Right. So though you can do this, there are possibilities, there are products available for you through this Salesforce company itself. Salesforce company, I mean Salesforce.com is a company that has launched several products. They have acquired several products rather. Heroku was one of its acquisitions. So you can look into that. There are options available for you, but practically, I mean, if you think in terms of that, Salesforce is your Salesforce.com. It has its own database. You need not go outside if you're working with this. And even this is better. This is better. Once you'll start working on this, you'll realize that this is much, much better than connecting with any other system. Because as you know, I mean, you must be knowing about this. Integration had always been a pain point. And this is what Salesforce saves you from at many points. I mean, I'm not saying that it will save you at every integration point. No, that's not the case. Many times you will have to write code to integrate through web services. But the main thing is that now it has got so many features that the pain of integrating with the other environment that has drastically gone down. So I probably would have told you about this earlier too, that if I want to connect with any other database, I can do that within the next 5 minutes, provided I do have all the connections and provided they're exposed to certain protocols. So this is what I mean, the pain of these things that will be reduced if you're fully working on Salesforce instance, right? So have I answered your question? All right. Yeah. So let us move ahead. As I was explaining here, that Salesforce, as I told you, it's a cloud-based CRM solution. Of course, it is also based on subscription-based model. Subscription-based model. And we also said that, okay, subscription. Okay. Yeah, so it's also a subscription based model. Okay, so it's based on subscription based model. Then of course it is not on premise. You need not worry about installation and all. One more thing that you should remember is that while we say Salesforce.com, we are talking about the SaaS layer of cloud, the software as a service. This is what we are talking about. Now, what is this? So we said that cloud is all about this, then that. But if you talk about the layers of cloud, I mean, I'm just giving you a brief introduction on this layers of cloud. So just remember this thing, that while we say layers of cloud, these are not essentially these three layers. There are many layers to it. Like there could be network layer, there could be data layer, there could be even connecting layers based on the services. So there are different kinds of layers, but the three prime layers which constitute the cloud, that is IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. So IaaS means infrastructure as a service. IaaS means, just a second, it's infrastructure as a service. Okay. PaaS means platform as a service, platform as a service. Well, if you say SaaS, it's software as a service. Software as a service. Now, to understand this, the simplest analogy is that of the desktop. Now, when we say infrastructure, it's all about physical things that you have, all the physical devices, setups that you have, That's what is about SaaS. When you say platform, it's nothing but the kind of environment that you are creating. That's about PaaS. And when you say SaaS, it's about software or applications. So software is already written. Let me write out applications. So different applications that you create. To understand this, you can make use of various analogies. So what you can do, you can take an example of pizza. So you do have pizza, right? So if you go to create a pizza at your place, if you decide that you're not going to purchase it from any of vendors, so what you will do, you will get everything at your end, right from pizza base to pizza sauces to oven and everything. You will get that at your place. You will create it. Then you will have sauce bottles and you will have some dining chairs. You'll sit on that and you'll eat it, right? That's when it's an on-premise thing. It's every responsibility is yours. Everything you are doing at your end, it will take so much time from your side. So this is one of the features. While you are talking about any on-premise system, it takes a lot of time. It takes expertise to maintain or to do certain tasks. While here, the task is so much reduced. You need not worry about anything. Your time is saved. Time is money after all. So reduced time, reduced effort. Reduced expertise is required now. Reduce time, effort, and expertise. Right? So the expertise to install something, to maintain something, all this is no longer your responsibility, and that's what has made it different. Right? Same thing here as well. I mean, you need not maintain or install anything, and so much of your time is reduced. Well, let us consider another example. If you get the base and things by yourself, if somebody gets a base and things for you, and you just have to cook it, your ass layer is gone. So infrastructure as a service is provided by someone. You just ordered from, let's assume, Big Basket. You ordered everything from Big Basket. The things are at your place. So as thing is done, infrastructure thing is done. PaaS layer to create the platform of it to be created. You created everything with the help of oven, and also someone delivers the oven and things to you as well. While there is this SaaS layer, so PaaS layer is also done. Well, if you go to the store itself, you dine in there, even the chairs and things are not needed, right? So the thing is that you are going there only to eat. In this case, all these three layers are covered. Likewise, if you think of desktop. Now, while you think of desktop, your SaaS, your physical devices that you can touch or feel, those will be your PaaS layer. The environment that you're creating, like Linux, Windows, and all that, are your PaaS layer. Likewise, if you see SaaS software, the Windows, Microsoft services that you have, the Office suite, Microsoft Office suite, that is nothing but the SaaS layer itself, right? So there's so many things. There are so many examples that you can take here. So these are the three basic layers of cloud. As I told you, these are not the only layer, but the basic layers only. Right. So same thing here as well. When you say Salesforce.com, you're talking about SaaS layer of cloud. That needs you to just take care of your software and nothing else. When everything is installed at your end, you're able to work with it. One of the most prominent example of this is Gmail, which you're using regularly in your daily lives. Right. So that is SaaS layer, software as a service. If you talk about Force.com is actually the PaaS layer of it. Or even if you say Heroku, that's also even a PaaS layer of it. That is platform as a service. Right? So that's what is about this. Then all the other features like multi-tenant architecture is also about SaaS layer, Salesforce, the subscription model, that's also about SaaS layer. So today, if you're a company of 5 people, that's very good. You can get yourself the license for those 5 people as per requirement. Tomorrow, if you're going to 50, you can get even that. So that's the subscription based model that you have here. Okay, you don't see hand raising button. Okay, hand raising it must be at the bottom side. Okay, it's on the panel that is on the left hand side. On the screen, On the screen that is there on your right, there is this small colored thing, small thing that is there for raising your hand. You're not able to see that. Okay. Can someone give a sign for what it looks like when it comes to hand raising? And where can you find that? Sagar has a question that he's not able to see the hand raising option. Okay, Aman has responded that there's a yellow hand with a green colored arrow on it. Can you find that now, Sagar? Yeah, you need to click it. The moment you will click that, okay, it's not there. Okay, okay, what I will do is I'll paste a. Okay, Shaji has responded. Right click to your name, left to file, view help options. Okay, okay, Sagar, what we will do is I'll check this at your end. I'll give you this what is it? The snapshot of the hand raising thing. Right now I'm not able to find it. If you can find it on the control panel, it's there. Everyone can see there. And it should ideally be same for all. That's why, Sagar, just check there in the control panel. There's a yellow hand with a green arrow on it. You need to click on it. The moment you'll click, your hand will be raised automatically. What you can also do is you can ping your questions as well. No, it's a yellow hand with a green arrow. Okay. Okay, Sagar, what I will do is I'll send you a snapshot. I'll upload a snapshot on the discussion board. Right now, I don't have it with me. I'll have to find it from the web. So once I'll get it, I'll upload it on the discussion board. You will be able to find it out from the next session. So you can get it from there. What you can do for now is you just ping me through the chat window if there are any questions in between. Okay. But it should be there. Actually, it should be on the panel. If it is not there, I'll ping you. I mean, I'll upload the image. You can find it there then. Okay. Yeah. So what we were discussing about that again, it is subscription-based model. As we said, that at any moment, if you are growing or if you are shrinking, you can subscribe or unsubscribe to the number of licenses that you have. So that's what is about this Salesforce.com. Now, as we were talking about this, we said that it is a cloud-based CRM solution, right? So the another term that pops in here is CRM.
Thank you for attending the session. I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Also, feel free to ask your questions in the comment section below, and we will reply to them at the earliest.